What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Aydian here with Jenilee. Welcome to the new year, a new video,
Happy
our
New
first
Year.
one. Yes, so we're here to discuss about last video when we had done the insemination, the second insemination, and we were awaiting the pregnancy results.
So we're not pregnant again.
Not pregnant.
It was a different experience than the first time for sure. I feel like the first time we had really gotten our hopes up and really believed that I was pregnant. This time, like, I kind of was more neutral with like, I don't know, I feel like my body is telling me this, but I also feel like it could be this. And it was just way more, I was entertaining way more outcomes in my own mind and in my own body. This time I was just in more acceptance of, is this the timing or is it not the timing? But it still was super disappointing to get the call from the nurse that said, you're not pregnant.
We didn't do the at-home tests. We're just going right to the doctor. So
we're doing the blood work that way. Like, we don't have to mess around with the at-home tests and like get our hopes up or get confused about if I'm pregnant or not. So we haven't actually touched an at-home pregnancy test yet at all. It's just kind of what we've needed, I think, to feel more secure in things. But yeah, I just feel a lot of trust in timing, and like I just feel a connection to the spirit of this baby that's coming to us, that like they're taking care of whatever they need to in order to be ready for us, and we're doing the same.
Trying to do the same for them.
Because every time that we try, like, we feel a little bit more ready mentally and emotionally. I feel like that's a good thing, because obviously this is like a lifelong decision. Like, this is a decision that like affects the rest of our lives. And so I kind of feel a gratitude and appreciation for having a little bit more time, even though I was so attached to getting pregnant that first time. So we're trying again.
So the timeline goes like this. The first try was in October. November, I was gone away on business. Jenilee had her own trip she was taking. We couldn't do November. So then we tried in December. The difference between October and December is that October was an insemination at home. And in December was an IUI, which means we go to the doctor, and actually this nurse inseminated into the uterus. Less
the IUI.
The IUI is into the uterus, as opposed to at home insemination, you can only go into the cervix. So we are trying again pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna try again pretty soon for January.
For January.
2018. So 2018 hopefully is on our side.
Yes, and I think maybe doing another video would be a really cool video for anybody at home who needs to check their ovulation. Maybe making a whole video about that would be a good one.
Yeah,
because
that's
what we're up to right now, is checking ovulation for the next insemination.
Yeah, and it's hard because there's so many ways to read
colors
and like, we're not even like, you know, like if this continues and like we don't get pregnant again, like we're even thinking of trying different approaches to checking ovulation, like basal temperature of your body and things like that, which we haven't tried yet. We've been using strips, and I've been using an app to track everything, and strips are kind of hard. I mean, you have to compare one day to the next whether or not it's like pink or red, or like, you know, the shifts. And so we're really trying, like, he's actually, that's new, so he's actually, every time I'm checking my ovulation, I'm like asking him to come and check it too, like just to have another set of eyes on, like, oh yeah, I see the difference in that, or oh yeah, that definitely looks pink, or that definitely
that goes into our last video, because our last video was all about like trying to count days and like what day is the best and what day is this, and the 13th day or the 14th day or the 10th day or whatever, you know what I mean? But we'll make a video all about that, because I think that would be just like a good informative video. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who can help us too, and maybe give us a better brand or whatever.
And the last time when they called us and said we weren't pregnant, we asked a lot of questions, and Aydian actually asked a lot of questions to the nurse, and the nurse was able to give us some hope in terms of a lot of people try, you know, for at least X amount
3 to
of
5
and
3 to 5.
Like, it's not uncommon to be trying at this and not having it happen the first few times. And so it was helpful, and she also encouraged us to utilize the resource of like, hey, if you're not sure about your ovulation strip, email it to us and we can look at it and we can support you in deciding whether or not you're ovulating, because it is a lot of pressure. Like, I was taking on so much pressure and so much responsibility to read this little strip all by myself and just make
You've never read it before.
Like, the last time I just remember like having like sort of like this like breakdown when I was like, I don't know, is it today or is it tomorrow? Like, is this the moment? And especially with our process, like, we can't just like go have sex and like try.
Yeah.
So we have to like involve the donor and the fertility center and everything else, and like, so it's not about like, right now I'm ovulating, let's get in there. Yeah. Like, no, it's like, okay, so it looks like I'm gonna be ovulating tomorrow, therefore we need to make phone calls and make sure that everything is in line and everything's on time. And like, there was just so much pressure last month that it was, I think it was just like too much for me. And I was like, then I went into blame and I was like, oh, this is my fault because I didn't pick the right day and I read the strip wrong and whatever. So I'm just letting that go. I'm inviting help. Aydian is helping me. I'm taking, you know, initiative to call the nurses or email them or whatever. And we're gonna get this shit done.
I think it's important for us to remind ourselves and to remind anyone out there who may be trying or looking to try, like, it's very common for people who are actively trying to get pregnant, so not someone who just like kind of an oops baby, like, oh hey baby, we're pregnant, awesome. More of like, we're actively trying to get pregnant. They say that 3 to 5 times is a very, very normal for people who are not technically infertile, but are just trying to conceive.
Get
because
the timing right.
Timing, yeah, because it's the timing, right? It's literally, it's like, I think of it as like, it's like when you like try to throw a piece of trash into the garbage and you make some crazy shot and you're like, I couldn't have done that if I tried. That's how I feel like getting pregnant is when you have an oops baby, as opposed to like when you're trying, when you're trying to get it in the basket, you're like,
so
I missed. But like when you're like, close your eyes and you're just like, oh yeah, you throw it in, it gets in. You know what I mean?
Because there's no pressure, and like we're trying
to re-embody that no pressure, but but it's still it's slight, not that it's impossible, but there is still pressure. And like, I think the biggest difference between the first time and this time with you that I saw from an objective standpoint is like, the beginning, it was like every single thing was like, oh my gosh, it must be the baby, must be the baby. This time was a little more questioning. It was like, I feel this, but I'm not gonna dive into it. So you were almost like super scared to trust yourself. And I feel like this time maybe we'll find a medium between, you know what I mean?
That's the goal. We want to find a balance.
Yeah, we won't be untrusting, but we won't be like, every single thing is like, oh baby, baby, baby. And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's a baby, maybe it's not. Like, let's be open, you know. So
maybe it's my hormones, maybe it's my menstrual cycle.
But we are excited because we get to try again very soon, and we will just continue to document stuff for you guys. And we are disappointed, that's the truth. But again, like Jenilee said, like, for me personally too, like, I feel like every month that goes by, I'm like, you know what, I feel a little bit ready, I feel a little bit more ready,
Yeah, so like, I really do trust the timing, and I feel grateful for just some extra time to like really examine this emotional process of like, holy shit, like the baby's not even embodied yet, and they're already changing us and like breaking our emotions open and like you know, like, so it just is real. We're so humbled by the process and by the change that's happening within us and in our relationship just by inviting this being in.
So we're excited. We'll keep bringing you guys on the journey. We're gonna try again, and we'll get that. Maybe we'll put that as a video to make the ovulation.
And also just like really just so much gratitude for everyone that's been sending us the good baby juju and like the good energy and like just like the prayers and just the intentions and like the good energy around this process, because we've just gotten so many DMs on Instagram and messages on YouTube and everywhere from every direction, and we're just so overwhelmed with gratitude for everyone that's supporting us in this process and how much resource we have out there through you all.
I would have never thought that like like we're having a baby, like it's a big change. I knew people would be interested, but I didn't know how many people would be supportive, and either just supportive as just allies, right? People who are in our direct community who want to have children too, who are feeling a lot of inspiration because we're trying, which is really cool. And then really learning all of the families that are already out there is so cool. Like, I didn't know how many other trans and cis partners or all trans partners or whatever, like the combination are out there with these babies, right? Like, so that's really cool to me.
Babies.
Yeah, because that's cool to me, because that means like in 10, 15, 20 years, all of those babies will be adults. You know what I mean? So that's really cool.
World.
Yeah.
Birthing a new world.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. So thank you for all of the love. We wanted it too. We did, but
Yes.
we try again this month. So
January 2018.
yeah. You know, keep us in your thoughts. We'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for all the love. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We hope that you guys just set some goals for this year. You know, really try to just be yourself and you know, practice your self-love. All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.